Ron Placone.
What up?
What do you make of how all of this is going to play out in the next 68 or whatever days it is until Trump supposedly is Biden gets sworn in?
Oh, geez. That's a loaded question. I mean, I don't think Trump's going to do anything good, if that's because I know some people they're floating around things where they're like, he's going to pardon Assange. I'm like, I don't see him doing anything like that. I mean, would it be amazing if he did? Of course it would, but I do not think anything like that is going to happen.
Just to play devil's advocate,
I don't.
We think that's a good thing. But to try to get inside the mind of crazy Trump, I would just make this. I'm just going to ask this question. Maybe I'm dreaming too big, but I could see Trump going, you know what? The Democrats hate this guy so much. Hillary hates him. That all these guys hate Assange so much. I'm going to pardon him. What are you going to do? You know, like, right? Wouldn't
he would need the right person. He would need the person in his ear to plant that seed, though. If the right person got in his ear and planted that seed, there is a chance he would listen. Yeah, but I mean, what are the chances of that happening? He's surrounded himself with the same warmongering deep state insiders as everyone else. He wasn't an outsider. He didn't drain the swamp. All of that was baloney. So, you know, I think if somebody ever stuck that in his brain, like planted seed, and of course it's like he's just a narcissist. That's, you know, no one can really dispute that. So make him think it was his idea or something. Yeah, I mean, maybe there's a chance he could do something like that, but I don't see anyone around him planting a seed like that. So, you know, I just don't see anything like that happening. I think that a lot of the powers that be, like even aside from him, are going to do everything they can to get their ducks in a row, you know, to prevent any type of minuscule change that might have happened. I mean, I can give a, for instance, now, the Senate committee right now, you know, let's look at the issue of net neutrality. It's awesome that Ajit Pai is going away. That's good news. Biden in the Bernie Biden task force, which was just lip service, but nonetheless, he did promise to appoint a pro-net neutrality FCC. That promise was made. It's up to us to make sure he keeps that promise. But the Senate committee right now is trying to push through a new FCC head that's even worse than Ajit Pai. They're hoping to push it through, and then they're hoping Joe Biden just kind of lets it go so that we still have a horrible FCC head. So I think stuff like that is going to be the lay of the land. Let's just kind of set up all of our cards so that any modicum of change that was possible just sort of gets swept under the rug. That's what Trump's going to try to do. That's what the Senate's going to try to do. And I think Joe Biden would just passively accept 90-some% of it. I mean, you know, like you said, when he gets into office, there's going to be some nice gestures like the Paris Climate Accord and stuff like that. And no one's going to say that those are bad things because, of course, they're not, but it's nowhere near enough.
That's the problem. The liberals will say that's enough. And we'll go, that's day one shit. That's just like, that's executive order presidential day one shit. Oh, we're doing all these back. Okay, great. You got us back to the end of Obama's term. Now what? Like, that's day one.
Now we go to brunch.
Yeah,
now we go to brunch. We did it.
Yeah, we got it.
I mean, that's the problem. And then you just have this vicious cycle where they try to fix bad policy with worse policy. Ugh. And then when you're trying to say, well, this is worse policy, they're saying, well, you complained about the bad stuff. And the cycle continues. I mean, right now, the Supreme Court had the hearing on ACA, where it's like, yeah, ACA is bad policy. What's worse? Absolutely nothing at all. Or Trump's plan that was even worse than nothing at all. Somehow they figured out a healthcare plan that was worse than absolutely nothing. Was worse than just letting the market do whatever it was. Somehow Paul Ryan was like, I can make this even worse. We can come up with a plan that actually strips healthcare from millions and millions of people and is worse than if we just did nothing at all. So, you know, so then it comes back to people are like, well, you complained about the ACA. See, the ACA is saving lives. Yes, because compared to nothing at all or a straight up anti-healthcare plan, is it better than that? Yeah, it's better than that, but it's still bad policy. And where can we look at good policy? Oh, I know. Every other industrialized civil country in the frickin' world. Everywhere else figured that one out, except for us.
Yeah, all those countries that have had all this stuff for decades, but we can just look to ballot measure election results. We can just look to Florida that voted overwhelmingly in a supermajority for $15 an hour minimum wage. More people voted for $15 an hour minimum wage than they did for Trump or Biden. That state went to Trump. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button. Go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood and rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, where you can support the show. Also, I have a Bitcoin wallet, a Bitcoin Cash wallet, and an Ethereum wallet in the show notes. We're taking cryptocurrency. I have a Coinbase affiliation link. We're going to be getting on some other exchanges. So that's how you support the show. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. YouTube is unsubscribing us at an alarming rate. I have a PayPal button at grahamelwood.com. I even have a Venmo at Graham-Elwood. There's a lot of ways to support our show. We are getting crushed by YouTube. We've dipped under 73,000 subscribers because of YouTube. Thanks for supporting what we do.